I think as each day goes by, just the sheer technicality of the legislative procedures makes that increasingly unlikely. Even if it ends up being disorderly, I'm not sure the parliamentary process will allow us to get out on the 29th. She has to get something agreed in the next fortnight at the absolute latest for us, or it to become clear that there's not. Otherwise, we won't be able to do it, I don't think, unless there's literally no sleep and Parliament's open 24 hours a day.
Theresa May goes to Brussels today, and already the message has been somewhat negative from Europe about reopening the withdrawal agreement. Suggestions are if we get something done, it will be through some side agreement to try and sort of manage the concerns around the backstop. What message do you think that sends? Do you think that would be enough for Westminster and enough for the public to have faith that it's not going to reignite the troubles?
So I wonder this morning whether our Prime Minister is playing some kind of very strange Machiavellian game, that she's sort of trying to split the hardcore Brexiteers, and she's sort of dragged them to a slightly different position than they were before, where now some of them are clearly saying they'll support her bill if there's nice fuzzy words from Brussels. I'm pretty sure she would have known all along that there's no way Brussels is going to reopen the agreement. As they pointed out, perhaps more brutally than they should have done yesterday, it was her proposal that they all ended up agreeing to. So the idea that they've got to come up with some replacement for something that they had in their heads she was proposing, you know, that's not realistic. So I suspect she's not really expecting them to do that. Nice fuzzy words, maybe, but I don't dismiss the possibility that it's, as I say, slightly more Machiavellian, and she wants to split the hardcore Brexiteers and now give something more to the left, and particularly the Labour Party. It's very interesting to see Corbyn getting a little bit more cooperative, and I wouldn't dismiss some further sort of let's say by conventional standards, slightly unexpected things in the next few days. I have no insights, but that would be my suspicion.
Good disclaimer there. One sort of idea is that Theresa May might have the upper hand at this point, because if you look at the mood in the voter community, it feels like there's growing anger. That's where there is sort of almost a core between the Remainers and the Brexiteers, that they are sick of the fighting that's happening at Westminster, the personal ambitions that have come to the fore, and just the lack of agreement to try and make Brexit happen when voters clearly gave a mandate to the government to ensure Brexit happens.
Yeah, I think in that sense she has got quite, let's call it not a strategic strong hand, she has a tactical strong hand. That it's quite clear that it's as clear as it can be, that in a way that the population is kind of annoyed with Westminster, and she does keep saying, you know, her job is to deliver Brexit. So she doesn't say her job is how to deliver Brexit. So it's not impossible that she could end up making some, now to the current mood, surprising shift towards sort of more permanent membership of customs union, because as a lot of Labour figures have pointed out overnight, actually permanent backstop in a way is like permanent membership of the customs union. Right. So one way of getting over the problem is just to become a bit cleaner about it, and you don't have this strange issue. Now, of course, the ardent Brexiteers will go absolutely nuts about that, but the other side of her own party and the way the Labour Party appears to be sort of shifting, that could get a parliamentary deal, would be my hunch. It would split the Tory party, but, you know, she's already said she's going to not be around for that long, and if she sees her prime job is to deliver on that as opposed to rescue the Tory party, that could be a twist that happens. Or the more rational Brexiteers are happy with more fuzzy words from Brussels, and that gets voted through in the next week or so.
We're not getting fuzzy words so far, though. Donald Tusk overnight
it's not surprising.
Targeting the Brexiteers. How inflammatory is that, though, when we're at this very sort of pointed time of negotiations where you're trying to get, you know, Westminster to agree one position, and then you've got the Europeans almost just pouring more hot water onto the situation?
I've got very mixed opinions about it. I mean, it's a bit surprising by Brussels leadership standards. They're normally extremely diplomatic, even at some of the toughest moments with Athens and Rome and various other countries in the past. You don't see that sort of thing, so it was quite tough. But I can see their frustration, and again, for 48% of people that voted to remain in the UK and many others, it doesn't look like the Brexiteers really thought about the Irish border question at all. So it's kind of not surprising, and for the Brexiteers to feel a little bit of their own general aggressiveness that some of them have. It's kind of, you're not the only guys who can be mean and tough. Some of them have been pretty mean and tough with people, so it's life. But it's a bit over the top by Brussels standards, that's for sure.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.